Winnipeg's mayoral wannabes focused on two things today: transit safety and downtown development. The CBC's Sam Sampson's covering the campaign for us and brings us more.
Robert-Falcon Ouellette does not want you to pave paradise and put up a parking lot. Not even close. The mayoral candidate wants to replace surface parking lots downtown with developments. To do that, he wants to tax surface parking lot owners as if a 4-story commercial building stood there, making them pay much more than they are right now. The idea, Ouellette says, is to make development more financially viable and bring in more revenue.
These lots sit stagnant and underdeveloped for years, costing the city much needed tax revenue while creating economic dead zones. Dead zones for people and dead zones for our economy.
But this is easier said than done. It's not allowed under the City of Winnipeg Charter Act. That piece of provincial law states Ouellette's idea is illegal. According to that legislation, the City of Winnipeg can only tax property owners for what is there, not what could be there. If he could somehow change the city's charter, Ouellette says this tax plan would be phased in through his first term. Meanwhile, another mayoral candidate is focused on bus driver safety. Glenn Murray has 10 points to make transit safer, led by the transit union that has already endorsed him. That includes replacing what the union calls an unreliable radio system, and he wants drivers to call 911 directly instead of using an emergency button that connects them to the transit control center.
Given that we have a radio system that is unreliable, it seems essential for the life safety of transit operators as well as passengers that transit operators should be allowed to call 911. Most of them would quickly have it on their speed dialer if they were allowed.
City staff say drivers can call 911 in an emergency if they're away from the radio system at the time. Plus, they say they have approved funding to replace the radio systems.
Murray also wants to involve police in transit somehow, perhaps officers on buses or other safety measures. He also wants to bring in fully enclosed shields for drivers. Now, Murray couldn't say how much these changes would cost or where the money would come from. He promised a financial plan later in his campaign, but says he needs to do a bit more research first. Sam Sampson, CBC News, Winnipeg.